So there's some changes coming up at CNN. Really? Now, here's what's interesting, is not only that Brian Stelter is afraid of being fired, but the reason he's afraid of being fired. So.
Not what you would think? Bad reporting? Not doing your job well?
Being unappealing in the face.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go. See, you can zig so that I can zag. He just gave away. You don't give away the
thing?
Yeah, the twist.
Oh, nobody saw that twist coming.
Yeah. Thanks. It's Gerald M. Night. So
being fired for being too handsome.
Yeah, that's the twist. Well, Brian Stelter at the end of it, and he finds out, I was a gay ghost all along.
Oh, no. You're too much of a man's man. We need somebody lighter for the ladies.
You know, we've had too many comparisons. We've done our focus groups with Frank Luntz, and they see you and they just see Charles Bronson. Yeah, we don't know.
You're much of a Clint Eastwood type.
Yes, that's what they say.
We need more of a fruity grimace.
Yes, exactly. We need more of a Dom DeLuise type. Do you know anyone, Mr. Stelter, who would be a dead ringer for Dom DeLuise?
But more suspect.
Yes. So Chris Licht is announced as the new head of CNN. Okay, here's the thing. It was leaked. It clearly seems to be a deliberate leak because it's accurate.
Yeah.
And Brian Stelter didn't know about it. So they didn't let him know the name of his show is Reliable Sources. Here you go.
And now we know who Zaslav has selected to run CNN once it happens. Chris Licht will be the head of news for the newly combined company, according to 3 sources who spoke with me on Saturday. Now, the appointment has not been officially announced yet, but it will be made official in the coming days. The website Puck broke the news.
We now know. Yes, we've known.
Yes, thank you.
I was spoken to on Saturday.
Yep.
Over brunch. My meal was my choice.
Here at Reliables, if you're not even breaking anything, what is it you would say you do here? So
called Reliable Sources, unlike your show.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So to give you a couple of things here that are important. So Chris Licht is going to be the head of CNN. Okay. He also, Discovery's purchased CNN, I believe, and he wants to bring CNN's credibility back. So that's his main concern. He wants to get rid of what seems to be partisan hackery.
Right.
Which is interesting because he was actually the creator of, or one of the creators of Morning Joe. Mm-hmm. And then he is currently, I believe, the showrunner or one of the top producers for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. So look, you know where he lines up. Okay? You know where this Chris Licht lines up. Yeah. So what he's saying when he says we want to retrieve from the abyss the credibility of CNN, what he really means is they want to go back to lying to you by omission. A lot of people are now saying, CNN got really bad. No, they didn't get really bad. You just weren't aware of it. Sometimes you'll hear people like Joe Rogan say this, or you'll hear people who are sort of newly conservative, right, red-pilled, and they go, I used to really, CNN used to be reliable. They were never reliable. You just weren't paying attention. They've always been this bad. Anderson Cooper has always been this bad, just to be clear. Don Lemon has been there for years and years. This is not a new development. So this guy clearly he wants to go back to the period of bias by omission. And CNN really has gotten to be more opinion journalism. So that's the important point to note on that front. Now, here's something else that's funny. Brian Stelter is now afraid of being fired. Now, it's not that that's hilarious, but
it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's the subtext. This is reported by Red State, and I can't confirm the authenticity, but I'm pretty sure. So it says, Brian Stelter, who spent most of his last half-decade trying to cost several people their jobs, has told people that he thinks he's going to lose his job at CNN. So what does that tell you? Okay, you have a new incoming head of CNN, all right, who wants to at least keep up the appearance of objective journalism. Mm-hmm. That means there was a meeting. Look, there are going to be some changes here at CNN. We want to, really get back to delivering real, accurate news. Oh, my God, I'm fired!
What? I'll lose everything.
Oh, my God.
Morning Joe's coming back?
What?
What if I do a show called Afternoon Jab?
Yes. No? Mid-evening poke?
How about
dinner stab?
Nighttime insertion?
Yes. No? Perhaps some early morning prodding?
Nothing? No, just grab my things?
Yes.
It's just a pair of Crocs. Jazzy,
And a merce.
Crocs and a merce.
And a cape that he's been trying to make work.
Yeah.
I just don't know what. Does this work? No, it doesn't. I'll take it with
Still
me then.
Doesn't.
That belongs to wardrobe. No, foiled again. Now,
Speaking of, they're putting him up right now.
oh
Brian
my gosh!
Stelter, they're
Don't put on
shoving his
don't put on the
face.
side profile. Let's see what Brian
Oh,
Stelter is saying
yes.
right now live. Let's see if it's not just complete partisan
and
hackery.
other networks. But access to the internet is an alternative that provides access to, frankly, the truth, the ground truth of what's going on. At the same time, we are seeing some Russian websites being hacked. There are multiple reports of Russian media websites being hacked with anti-Putin messages posted on them in the past few
His
hours.
profile looks like he should be
basically,
wearing shower shoes
publicizing the
before an
reality that's going on
execution,
down in
doesn't he?
Ukraine and assailing
He's just a
Putin.
creep.
Those kinds of hacks also signs that Putin's losing this information war. On one level, that's true. On another level, I thought the headline of the
I'm
LA
really
Times
nervous
said it well this
talking
morning.
fast.
Zelensky is winning the PR battle. Ukraine winning the PR battle. That may be less important.
breaking
That is less
news.
important than the physical warfare on the ground, but it is critical around the world.
You know, here's the
As
thing.
Zelensky
I
is
really
able to
hate the
gather-
anti-Americanism that you see across the globe, especially having visited Europe.
Yeah.
But every now and then you just see an American, like, well, yeah, okay, they're not. They've got a point.
Yeah, they're seeing him in the airport when they land.
Yeah, can you imagine-
I'd be pissed too.
Imagine the country that invented the guillotine looking at that. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way to make it fit.
I
How you
don't
would
know.
do
Bas-
that? I don't have a guillotine for whatever big, what you call it, McDonald's fat purple clown.
There is 9 weeks lead time for custom stocks.
I don't know what it is. I don't care. For
I
it.
need a 10-head basket, please.
Yes.
Why does the man witch from Dune have to be beheaded?
You can't kill him. We tried.
He just rises up when they fire him.
It's on the ceiling, and you're like, ah!
But it just shows look how he views himself, Brian Stelter. And it's not even true that they're going to have objective journalism at CNN, but the moment Brian Stelter believed that they were going to attempt objective journalism, he was like, oh, I'll lose everything.
He was out. He's like, yes, I'll do the morning show. Bring me on.
And it's one thing to be, look, and I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has made his living trying to get people fired.
Right.
But I don't, it's one thing for somebody to be fired. It's another thing to be Brian Stelter and be fired from broadcast television. Who else on God's green earth is going to put this man back on TV? And a lot of people don't know, like, he basically rose to fame because he was sort of like a Perez Hilton for a political blog website,
Yeah.
a gossip website, basically. So then he got a job at like the New York Times, and I believe it was New York Times, going by rote here, and it was because they were surprised that he was a college student writing this. But here's the thing: so he sort of, he was
Were
backdoored
they
in.
surprised by his appearance? That
Yeah,
he was a
well, they were-
college student,
yes.
or is it
Wow,
not
you
his
look
writing?
40.
Yeah,
right?
they only figured out after he had a 2-year contract, and they were at year and a half. Like, what?
They're like, you're 22.
22?
I thought you were about to die.
It's the only reason we filed the extension. So
Got an insurance policy on you.
it was a soft expectations of him being young.
Yeah.
And then he got on CNN, and now they say, okay, but now you're a 36-year-old, completely super straight broadcaster with the lowest ratings. You are entirely useless to us.
Yeah.
He is proven to be a failed commodity. That's got to be a really scary thought for Brian Stelter. And frankly, I don't want him gone.
No, I was just about to bring up that point. Like, he is perfectly positioned there because if they're trying to go back and rehab their image, which sucks in the first place, Brian Stelter being front and center keeps
It's
them
like
honest.
it's like
I think
Saddam
it's-
Hussein. You don't want to create that power
No.
vacuum.
I think his
No,
perfect
come on.
position for him is all fours, but
Yeah.
Well, that's what
I
he
think
said.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, where's he gonna? He got there though because he basically got everyone fired. Look at him.
Yes.
I mean, it's just karma. You can't just
Yeah.
keep cutting through everything until you're to the top. They're eventually going to get rid of you.
And then he even threw people under the bus who were fired at his network.
yes,
Like Chris
Well,
Cuomo,
Chris
who was
Cuomo.
angling for his spot.
that day he was like, he's a rapist. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a rapist, and boy, I don't know who's going to fill that 9 o'clock slot.
Oh boy.
They're like, no, it's not going to happen. Well, it was worth a shot. I'll take my cape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cuomo hadn't even packed his things when he's in there measuring for drapes.
Yeah, Cuomo's seat leaves, and he just hovers and boom.
Yeah.
Uncle, aunt.
Anyway, you guys let us. I don't want Stelter to go away. Best thing you
No,
can do for the YouTube algorithm is comment. I actually want him to stick around. I really, really do.
I know.
We should just hire him.
Save Brian Stelter. Let's start
Oh, okay.
a GoFundMe.
Might be the funniest gag of all time if we just pay him a lot of money to be in
Just-
third chair,
And we just
and you just don't let him speak. You just duct tape his mouth.
could just, or we just, he has to say only extremist things
Yes.
that are extraordinarily offensive, and we're like, Brian Stelter, that's
Wow.
just
Why would
Brian.
you say that?
I can't believe. I mean, I knew.
We have Jews who work here.
I mean, come on. And then I'll be like, we don't.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.